Bison women's basketball wrapped up the home part of the schedule for the year with a loss to Denver. Head coach Maren Walseth is here to talk about that, set up the week, and it's the stretch run for the Bison women and the basketball season in general. But first, Coach, welcome, and let's talk about Senior Day. Marina Whittle, she's from Australia, so she went through a lot during her college career to get to Senior Day. I mean, she had to be homesick at some point, but she got through all that. Is having a great senior year. Her family came all the way from Australia, so a great day for her.
It was a great day for her. It was awesome to have her mother Mary and her brother and one of her sisters traveled over 9,000 miles to get here. They got in late Friday night. They were exhausted, which worked well for us. Marina got to sleep, and then they've been able to spend some quality time together. But it was fantastic to have them in the gym and then on the court, give her hugs and really congratulate her. I can't imagine being that far away from home for 4 years, in a very pivotal time of your young adulthood. And I think Marina has handled it very, very well, both on and off the court, and she's just been a pleasure to coach.
So really, this was a tough loss against Denver. Denver comes into the Shields Arena. There was no more games in the BBF, but at Shields Arena, Denver came in, played well, and the shots just would not go in, would they? There was a lid on that basket that day.
In some respects there was, and it was also a battle of styles of play. Denver really wants to limit possessions, really likes their 2-3 zone, and is completely comfortable playing and taking a shot with under 5 in the shot clock. So they want a much slower pace, and that doesn't really bode well for the Bison. I think some of their offense kind of lulled us to sleep defensively, and then we weren't able to play at the offensive pace that we really thrive at and that we showcase our skills best at. And at the end of the day, the battle of pace went to Denver.
Yeah, no doubt. They controlled the tempo. Now, with that said, there is still plenty to play for. 2 road games coming up. Western Illinois on Thursday, IPFW on Saturday. IPFW is one of those teams you're fighting with to get to Sioux Falls in the Summit League tournament. So kind of give us a preview of this weekend.
We've always said that the basketball season is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Yeah. And we are in mile 25 right now. So there is still plenty of race left here in games this weekend. We go out to Western Illinois, had a very highly contested game here. Yep. We will be able to make some adjustments and learn and grow from that, and then go to Fort Wayne for the last game of the regular season. And there'll be a lot at stake in that game for both teams. We will have some confidence having won there last year, yep, having already beat Fort Wayne here. Yep. But we can't go in with any false confidence because they have just as much to gain from a win on Saturday as we will.
How tough has it been on the road this year? Conference wins on the road, very, very difficult for everybody across the board. That's the nature of college basketball right now. But knowing you have to go on the road to get a victory, how hard is that for the kids?
It's challenging. It's challenging for any team in any level of any sport. Road wins are challenging to get, but I do think we have confidence in how we played most recently at Oral Roberts and on the road. We've gotten better as the season has gone on, and that's really what we look for, just to keep getting better every single day, and being able to go on the road for Western and then at Fort Wayne will be another challenge for us.
What do you think of the league so far? It's South Dakota State and South Dakota. They had another battle last week, and looks like USD is in position. Still some games left to win the #1 seed, but both those two teams playing well. But just shape up the field for us as you see it right now with a couple of games left.
I really see 3 distinct portions of the conference, with USD and SDSU really playing very, very well, with USD beating SDSU. Yeah, both times this season. Yeah. So that's, I'm sure, a feather in Coach Williams' hat there. And then there's a nice chunk in the middle where I think there's still a lot to be decided. And then there's still the bottom 3 teams, of which we still have a lot to fight for and a lot to be decided. So, going into this last weekend, there's plenty of very good basketball with a lot on the table from top to bottom.
What do you think is going to be the key this weekend, just to sneak some victories out on the road and come out of this road trip heading to Sioux Falls? What's it going to take to finish this road trip off?
It's going to take 40 minutes of competition each game. I think, over the course of the season, you've seen us compete for 40 minutes here and there, and then you've seen us compete for 35 or 37 minutes, and that's not good enough. The full 40 minutes of determination, of focus, of high-level communication, intensity on defense. It's not one thing that's going to win us either one of those basketball games, but we don't have to do anything that we've never done before. I'll ask the question in the locker room, what do we need to do to win? And Yagi will say, nothing special, just what we've been doing each and every day. We need the very best Bison each and every kid.
Yep, and 5:30 start time on Thursday. Bison Radio Network will be fired up, and then Saturday at IPFW. Best of luck to you and the ladies on the road, Coach.
Thank you very much.
All right, and we'll be back next week to recap those games for you. Have a great week, everyone.